Hi everyone. It's time. It's time I talk because I've been through a lot, and I just wanted to take this moment to remember my dog. You see, we had an amazing relationship. When I first rescued her, she taught me so many things. I sat there and I was sleeping in my bed. First night, she was in the bathroom, and there's I put a baby gate there so she couldn't get out. And I was trying to train her, right? And that night, I'm sitting there and I'm sleeping and I have a dream. This dream is I'm being surrounded by all these puppies. I'm like, no more puppies, no more puppies. And then, I started becoming a little conscious, and I was like, oh my God, my neck. Why is my neck so hot? And, my eyes were closed, and I slapped my hand on my neck, and there was a big fur ball right there, and I'm like, what is this? And it was Dot. She climbed out of the bathroom. She made it to my room, and she climbed up my bed, which was a couple feet, 2.5, 3 feet up. And she laid across my neck right there. And, she was listening to my heartbeat, maybe, I don't know, through the pulse in the neck. But either way, that was day one. And, when it wasn't too long after, I'm sitting there and I had a friend over, and Dot's laying in my lap, and I'm just sitting there and I'm petting her, not looking at her, and just petting at her. And my friend's like, that's blood. And I'm like, what? And I look down at my jeans, and there's blood all over them. And what happened was, when I adopted her, she was a rescue, but she was riddled in bug bites, because when she was just a puppy, she was left in the alleyway next to Dumb Friends League. And she and her 8 brothers and sisters all tried to survive there. And I think they had a cat helping them. Anyway, she had bug bites head to toe. Every centimeter there was another bug bite. I mean, it was everywhere. And it really bugged her ears. So she sat there and she scratched at them and scratched and scratched and scratched. And turns out that she had scratched them to bloody pulps. And it was the most horrifying thing I did. So what I do, I ran to the store and I found this ointment. It's called A&D ointment. It's kind of like a Vaseline, but it's thick, and it has I think A&D vitamins in it. I'm not sure. Anyway, I coated her ears with it, and just to seal them, kind of, and I was broke and I had no more money, and I couldn't take her in to have her, given a cone and all that. So over the next month or so, every time she would go to scratch her ears, I would place my hands and cup them around her ears. And she ripped up my backs of my hands, but it was okay, because I had to break her of the scratching habit. And it took a little while, but you know what? It's a habit we broke for life. And she wouldn't let anyone throughout her whole life go near her ears, except for me. And I could pet them and love her and kiss her and all that stuff on the ears. And she's like, okay, go ahead. Anyway. So, then there's a time I'll tell you that in a second. She taught me how to control my anger and my frustration for everybody and everything in this world. Yes, I've always had this nice side to me, but I was angry. Yeah. And, I wasn't mean. I was like, I got upset easily, or, I would yell, and, I did that in front of her the first time as I got really, like, and, like, what happened is she got out and she ran, and she ran to the van, and, I had a van back then too. I like vans. Anyway, she went underneath it, and she was hiding under there, and she wouldn't come out. She was scared of me because I screamed, and it made me realize that how I act can cause emotions and other things inside people and things that I never intended to happen. And I couldn't do that anymore. And that's when I stopped yelling. Never again. And, well, to get her out from the what do you call it? The car, I sat there and I spread my legs in a V-like pattern. And I sat down. Well, it was more of like a horseshoe, a little U. And I sat there and I made myself as vulnerable as I could. And I was like, Dot, you can come. I'm sorry. And she came out and she curled up at my legs. And I pet her and I gave her loves. And now, whenever she got scared from that point on, if it was like 4th of July or something else got to her, she knew that if I opened my legs up in a U pattern, she would be safe. Okay, that's the end of part 1 because I gotta watch my space, but I'll be right back.